wish. It's frozen shut.
Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes. Dad used to say, a flaw...
Those pliers won't help me. Not a chance. I need to find some gas and engine coolant first. Out of gas. And the engine is over. Now they are working again.
Drink up. You must be dying of thirst.
I wish. It's frozen shut. This thing wouldn't take me far out here.
I know this image. Daytona Beach Race 58. What an event. The landscape on that picture vaguely reminds me of home.
It's a picture of a buffalo.
What I wouldn't give to be there.
Not until I have found a way to cool down the engine. At least the cold chain is unbroken. Zip. Cold as ice. Exactly what I need. There you go. Have some Kool-Aid. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
You sure this is the right place? When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already. The next city is like 1,000 miles away. Ah, yes. That's where I am. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. Looks cold. Its heydays are over. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. Truberbrook, County of Broken Landa, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. Truberbrook, County of Broken Landa, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. Truberbrook, County of Broken Landa, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. I wonder what that is. Arrived at destination after a short walk. Truberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. That is one strange-looking cat. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma. That's probably the town's landmark. That's probably the town's landmark. The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. The favorite genres around here appear to be Western and noir. The time-traveling machine. Complete nonsense from a quantum mechanical perspective. This must be the place. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. I should check into my room first before I start exploring the town. This must be the place. Evening.
Hey. Nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so. Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
Any idea?
Just try again.
This leads to the rooms. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. That's quite a few fishing rods they have there. Today's menu, nothing. Hello? I'm not going to give up.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Truberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Hans Tannhauser. Dr. Hans Tannhauser.
Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh yes, here we have it.
Say, is it a quiet room?
Seeking some peace and quiet,
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
Normally, I work for a university. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Truberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Truberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time. What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? Something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down. Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. I don't want to go back to bed. I'm on a mission. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. It seems rather unpleasant outside. I better not. It'll start raining in. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. What a mess. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. What is this? Some kind of goo. Where did he go? even more of that strange goo. The traces lead outside. Darkest night. In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness. A trail of goo. The thief must have left it behind. The trail leads further uptown.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar. I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I followed the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street. And now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
I wonder who on earth would steal a paper on quantum physics. Do you like ghost stories? It is said that a Proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
Those Proto-Germans sure had a lot of imagination.
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tenhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now, that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading. Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now and you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me? Ha! I knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. I can't fix it. The master key is missing and a weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun.
These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. I have to insert a coin first. You can see all over the valley. From this distance, I can only imagine what's on the other shore. The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air. It's glowing red. It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it. Hey, what's that look on your face, Professor? High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this. Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination. wonder what that is. Locked. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Judging by the smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops. Time waits for no man, not even in Truberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Hello? Anybody there? What was that? I've already made an entry on this. Time waits for no man, not even in Truberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Danger. High voltage.
Hey, what's that look on your face, Professor?
I met a woman named Gretchen in Truberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car. What was the problem with the power line again?
We have to fix the high voltage power cord in order to get the cable car running. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. We still have to reconnect the loose ends somehow. Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask. So, how long have you been here?
The day before yesterday. Feels much longer though. And just saying, the public transportation around here, Germany is a mess.
But then how did you get here?
Individual travel. By motorcycle, of course.
Why Truberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice, but also a little weird, don't you think?
Something about them seems a bit off, yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
Oh yes, I know the place. I was passing through some time ago.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back though. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference, but then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer? In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states. Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catherine and so on. Then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast. The Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, Master.
Hi.
Hey.
I wonder what interest the burglar has in my paper.
Presumably not the brightest candle on the cake. Who else would steal a paper on quantum physics?
About the cable car? And you really want to go up there?
Why, are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology. Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
What kind of a cult is it you're looking for precisely?
A Proto-Germanic cult here in the mountains. Proto-Germanic meaning before the Germans. Anyway, this place is supposed to have been a holy site to those Proto-Germans, where they made contact with their gods. Exciting, huh?
About this cult, were they dangerous?
Tannhauser, they're all dead by now. The thing about spirits, that was a joke, okay?
Okay. We might as well have a cup of coffee before we leave.
Tannhauser, I can't help the feeling you're not 100% behind our mission. It's very important for my research to reach the top of this mountain. Maybe we'll find your notes up there as well.
Notes? It is a timeless masterpiece. Gretchen, what was it that you do for a living again?
I'm an anthropologist. I am conducting research on an ancient Proto-Germanic culture that is believed to have settled right here in this area. That was some 2,000 years ago, though.
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask. I just wanted to say hi.
All right. Don't forget we need to get the cable car working.
This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here. This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
It's heartbreaking to see the town in decline like this. Everything's going down the drain, just like this wobbly table. This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, never mind. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
You better keep your distance. This...
Small ads, postings. They're holding a town fair tonight with a band and a raffle. Exciting. There's a clothesline up there, right under my window. I've already made an... There's a selection of local charcuterie. Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. Looks like it was struck by lightning. Still looks in good... Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, well, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think?
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off. Anything else I can do for you?
Truda, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers.
She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was the flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine, so nothing a quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, They even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it. They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
About the cable car?
Sure. What else do you want to know?
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself.
Now where would this lead to? science fiction. Something involving spaceships. Locked.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
You bet I am. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Omega-3 is a fatty acid.
Come on, that's applesauce.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
And what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
Well, after all, I'm not originally from Earth. I'm a Berlin alien, remember?
Right. But then, how can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. She seems very focused. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle has a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my Uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
She seems very...
I need to know what happens next.
There's something funny about that clock. There's something funny about that clock. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaii. Cheese skewers.
Looks a bit shabby. Is that a maggot?
It's having a good time.
This can must have fallen off the table.
Modern cuisine garnished with...
Looks a bit shabby. Is that a...
It's having a good time. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I love cheese skewers.
I'll save you, my little friend.
I'd rather not disturb the little one. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. I'm not tired. Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. No. The weather has brightened up. The weather has brightened up. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad What a mess. Nothing appears to be missing, except for my notes. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. Just a hanger. Empty. Empty. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. I would probably hurt myself. Oh, there really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes. No.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Truberbrook Stutz.
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Truberbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved Truberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side, but now he's vanished without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Was Claus abducted?
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
What kind of a strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car all together in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zölz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the 3rd generation, district mayor of Truberbrook Zölz and Truberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Truberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
The cable car, the cable car! What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo-jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
Please excuse me. Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. A beautiful, healthy tree. Acasoidu platanus, the sycamore maple. Oh my, it looks desperate. Oh my, it looks desperate. It won't be this easy getting close to it. I can't get close enough.
We know well enough that cats like to climb. Unfortunately, their bodies seem to be designed for climbing upwards only. Anyway, Beverly, I've spotted a gigantic red tabby in a tree, which, on closer inspection, could in fact also be more like a fox. Assistance may be required.
I'll just try luring the cat down with a mating call. Meow. Meow. No reaction. I can't get close enough. Soft as a feather. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. I put a nice Oh my. It won't be this easy getting I can't get close enough. Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. That's some sturdy, full-grown reed. The bus stop. My gate, there's a regular every other week. Subject, species. Paddleboat rental, 1 hour. I put a nice fluffy blanket. A beautiful Acasoidu platanus. You like this, don't you? It seems to enjoy the food.
Claus?
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you. That's not how it works. Oh no, not again.
I've already made an entry on this.
I met all the questions. Hello?
Hey.
About the cable car.
And you...
Why are you? Whatever we... Come on.
We might as well...
Tenhauser, it's very... Maybe we'll...
No. Okay.
Anything...
Yes. I wonder what...
Presumably not the brightest candle on the cake. Who else would...
I...
Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please, take it.
Actually, it's quite a nice table. It seems you need a special key.
Indeed, Mastermind.
Hello?
Hey.
About the cable car?
What was the problem with the power line again?
We have to fix the high voltage power cord in order to get the cable car running. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. We still have to reconnect the loose ends somehow. Anything else I can help you with?
No thanks.
Good, I'll try to... Something's...
Now it's glowing green. I have to insert a coin first. These binoculars should provide an excellent view.
Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn. They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit? Now look at all these fishing...
You can borrow one. They have a tendency to get lost.
Pawn? You mean deposit? Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour. Oh, thanks For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. I'm not tired. The antenna provides TV reception. Fresh airs. Well then, good catch.
What the... can opener?
Looks cold. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood.
This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons.
case for the metal restorer. I professionally disassembled this town's landmark, an old set of armor, in a fit of passion. Note to self, make another appointment with the clinical psychologist.
This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top. This crumbling... I don't want to frighten him.
Hilarious the Unready? Is that you?
I don't want to frighten him. Truda would probably not approve of my appearance. Truda would probably not... Voila. There's a current again. Now that the cable car is fixed, we need something to replace the missing gondolas.
This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top. This crumbling socket looks...
There's a selection of vertebrae.
Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car.
And you really want to go?
Why are you afraid? Whatever we find. Come on.
We might as well have a cup of...
Tenhauser, I can't help. It's very important. Maybe we'll...
No.
Okay.
Anything...
No thanks. Well then.
Bye. See you soon.
Now it's glowing.
Hey, what's that look on your face, Professor? Hey, what?
I've already made an I've already made an entry on this.
The Jet Blast Resort. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks.
I've already made an entry on it.
Tom, I discovered a modern This might be I'm I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tannhauser. I like it.
Man, you're some klutz. We'll meet on top. In case you manage to find a way. See ya!
Hello? Hello? Fascinating.
Neck circumference 39 centimeters. Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display. Skin pigmentation livid. Nutritional basic needs barely met. Muscular system recessive, possible myopathy. Barrel-shaped thorax, strongly noticeable funnel chest. Raisin-colored nodes on both sides of the mid-clavicular line in the 4th ICS. Marfan syndrome, arachnodactyly. Lower extremities atrophic. Enormous kyphosis. Extremities bilaterally impaired, reduced muscle tone. Weak monosynaptic reflex. Past finger-nose coherence test line without anomalies. Abdomen flexible, no hardening. Overly vibrant bowel noises. Brisk peristalsis. Reduced breathing sound, right-hand side, basal. Rattling sounds over both lungs. Split second heart tone. Severe nasal acromegaly. Carrot-shaped midfacial neoplasm. Creamy nasal secretion. Tongue drifting to the left. Dental state desolate. Pupils bilaterally round and medium wide. Sluggish reaction to light bilaterally. Sclera jaundiced, downbeat nystagmus. Corneac reflex bilaterally delayed. Neck circumference 39 centimeters. Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display. Skin pigmentation livid. Nutritional basic needs barely met. Muscular system recessive. Possible myopathy. Hyperreflexia, mood agitated. Patient's condition unclear.
Where am I?
Patient has regained consciousness and appears responsive.
Excuse me, please. Could you tell me where I am?
Patient's orientation to person, space, time, and dimension remains unclear. I have to ask you a couple of questions. How are you feeling?
Ouch.
Who are you?
I'm selling these fine massage rods.
What are you doing here?
You better start explaining to me what's going on here, or I'll have to resort to less pleasant measures.
Assuming you knew, where have you been born or assembled?
Assembled?
Have you ever had a déjà vu?
Only that I don't even understand this question either.
Have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
You are going to have an out-of-body experience in a moment, pal.
Interesting. Please remain prepared for further examinations.
Are you even listening to me?
I'm afraid we can't let you leave until we have verified your right to stay. It's for your own safety. Just knock the door loud and clearly when you feel able to undergo a few more experiments. I'll be there to pick you up. The patient's status remains unclear.
I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Dr. Römmler, please behave.
They took away all my cool gadgets and locked me up in this small room. I tried protesting, but to no avail. What have I gotten myself into? It definitely doesn't feel like a relaxing summer vacation so far.
Darn, my bones. I'm not tired. It's locked tight. Brute force won't help. Why, of course. But where? Blech. It's covered in mold. A good dose of chloride is the only option. They don't seem to take hygiene too seriously around here. I'd rather not know what happened here. I'm feeling a light breeze of air. Maybe I can squeeze through. Where the heck am I? Where the heck? I can't reach it. A fuse box. The lid is hanging off its hinges. Fried. Fried. I could use this to climb to the hatch.
You! On the bed where I can see you. And please don't make such a ruckus. Thank you.
anatomical model of a kind of human. Hey, buddy. Fried. I need a very special tool to unscrew those very small screws. Where the heck am I?
Are you ready for further tests?
Let me go.
First, the tests.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Forget it.
No water pressure. Or clogged. It's calcified. Memories of my dorm room. Not so long ago. It's calcified. Memories of... A coin. It fell right out of the shower head. And right into my inventory for some cosmic reason. The benefits of capitalism.
He's sound asleep, but I'd rather not push my luck.
The door to the room where they had me locked up. Not as long as the snoring bully is sitting there. I wonder what's in there. I need the right combination. Sanatorium Paradiso, a bucolic sanctuary in the climatic health resort Truberbrook. Beautifully situated retreat, fresh forest air, wooded mountain slopes, established high cuisine. I wonder what's in there. A list of patients. I can barely imagine what these poor souls must have gone through. A list of patients.
imagine what these poor souls must have gone through.